My name's Jeff Griswold.
And I'm Kara.
We have 4 kiddos, 3 girls we adopted in August of 2012, and we have 1 biological son. Our girls, we first took in as a foster placement, and then the adoption was finalized. And then our son was born just a few months later, actually. We like to joke that we went 0 to 4 in 13 months.
Yes, it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw their faces, the oldest that was 6 at the time, and as soon as she walked up to me and asked me if I was the mom, I said yes, and that was it. I felt like, okay, here we go. We're gonna do this thing.
My name's Heath, and this is my wife Julie Johnson, and we're proud parents of 2 amazing children, Hayden and Allie Elizabeth. To me, I've never cared whether we had a birth or we adopted. It's a child that we get the opportunity to be the parents of.
I'm David Hall, and this is my wife Chrissy, and we've really felt a strong calling to adoption through the foster care community. I think when we first got the kids, we were excited, and we didn't know how little we knew, but we just knew that other people had sort of figured it out before, so why couldn't we?
The hardest part was thinking I knew what being a parent would look like. And granted, I got thrown into the world of kindergarten and the world of diapers and the world of potty training all at the same time. But I also got thrown into children who did not know how to receive love the way that I knew how to give it. There was this just surge of emotion of, I don't know what to do. I felt stuck and isolated and terrified that this was going to be how it was forever.
I think that a lot of families and a lot of support people for families think that everything ends at the adoption finalization, and so the issues should melt away. But what we really see is that the family still needs supports as issues arise, because we know that adoption is a lifelong experience, not just a one-day experience in court.
It's been a tough journey. It's been almost a year, and it's been a tough year. They've got some tough stuff that they've seen and dealt with. It got frustrating not being able to find some people that knew how to help us. There's just a gap there. There aren't a lot of people that understand where those kids are coming from.
There were new things that would kind of come into play, and we were constantly trying to figure out, is this like normal child development, or is this something deeper or more challenging?
So when you're working with kiddos who have abuse and neglect in their histories, that is trauma. It then changes the way that the brain functions. So because the brain is now functioning in a different way, it manifests itself in all kinds of different behaviors because their brains have been altered by their experiences, which is trauma. So to then be able to help their brains heal from that, you have to provide what's called trauma-informed care. It's specialized parenting, it's specialized treatment centered just on trauma.
I remember feeling like, am I messing up my children who have already gone through such a hard time? And having Stand Up 8 come in and say, no, this is hard and you're not broken, you're not doing terrible things to your kids, was such a freeing feeling for me.
It was so encouraging to feel that kind of immediate success and hopefulness. It's like, oh, there's a light at the end of this tunnel.
I think what surprised me about Stand Up 8 was the depth of experience. It's a more proactive approach, but it's also very tailored to the specific issues that we're dealing with our kids, whether it's at home or school or wherever those behavioral things are coming out.
And we've made a lot of changes in just how we react and what we do and we don't do, and we've seen a big difference in the kids.
I don't think we realized how much we needed that type of coaching until we went through it. We just kind of feel like you're going along life and it's just kind of cruising along. And it wasn't until we had the experience and saw the enrichment that it had to our family that we realized how much we were missing a lot of that connection with our children.
Jen and Becky have such a rich knowledge of kids from hard places, and They have a lot of tools in their tool belt to help in different situations.
There's an unconditional love that comes through that door when you open it up, and an ability to connect with kids that are hard to connect with, and they are modeling for my children that they are loved.
They come to us. We don't have to pack everybody up in the car and go somewhere else. They come to us in our home, and that just it's a more comfortable setting for all of us.
The value of being in the home is that the professional gets to see firsthand what's going on with that child and with the interaction pattern between the parent and the child, and then gets to intervene in real time, which often is really difficult to do in an office setting. In my experience, Stand-Up 8 is incredibly unique. I have not worked with or interacted with other programs that actually go into the homes and provide the kind of quality family education and care that they do.
Unresolved trauma leads to the majority of, in this culture, our incarceration, our homelessness, our mental illness, our addiction. The good news is that trauma can be resolved, but it takes specialized parenting and specialized treatment. And so that's where we're able to step in and help kind of resolve some of that they've got going on, and hopefully, make things better.
I'm not even sure that my kids know what Stand-Up 8 is. When we would say, Miss Jen or Miss Becky are coming, they just think they're coming to play games, and they're like so excited. They have no idea. It's like this undercover, like someone comes and plays with me and pays attention to me, and we all like feel great as a family.
And mom and dad play too.
Yes.
Our house is completely different. We're thriving as a family, and there is so much joy in our parenting now, where at many times before it was just a burden or a fight for survival.
I'm so blessed and so lucky to get to see just who those beautiful children are and get to know more of their real selves, not the hard stuff that a lot of people see.
How do we walk beside them so that others see them and the incredible people they are, because they are incredible, and complicated past, but incredible kids.
Any child, traumatized or not, benefits from connecting with their family members and with their siblings, and Stand-Up 8 is able to do that. And so if Stand-Up 8 is able to provide encouragement and hope to families who are feeling like their hope has run out, then I feel like that's a win.